The Night Visitor. John lived by himself in a little house in the British countryside. He enjoyed the quietness and tranquility that he felt in this place. كان يستمتع بالهدوء والسكينة التي يشعر بها في هذا المكان. He had no neighbors near him or friends who visited him. His profession was a writer and he spent most of his time in his own workroom. كان مهنته كاتبا وكان يمضي معظم وقته في غرفة عمله الخاصة. On a cold night in November, John woke up from his sleep because of a noise of knocking on his front door. He looked at his clock and saw that it was 2 in the morning. نظر إلى ساعته ورأى أنها 2 صباحاً. He wondered who could it be at this time of the night. تعجب من يمكن أن يكون في هذا الوقت من الليل. He got up from his bed and wore his coat and went down the stairs. He opened the door and saw a strange man standing in front of him. فتح الباب ورأى رجلا غريبا يقف أمامه. The man was wearing old and torn clothes, and his hair and beard were long and not clean. His face was dull and his eyes were dark. The man said in a weak voice, "Please, help me. I am a traveler who is lost, and I need a place to stay for this night." أنا مسافر تائه، وأحتاج إلى مكان للمبيت لهذه الليلة. John felt pity for the man, and decided to let him stay in his house for this night. شعر جون بالشفقة على الرجل، وقرر أن يدعه يبقى في بيته لهذه الليلة. He said to him, "Come on, enter." قال له، تعال، ادخل. I have a vacant room that you can sleep in. عندي غرفة شاغرة يمكنك النوم فيها. But you have to leave in the early morning. ولكن عليك أن ترحل في الصباح المبكر. The man entered the house and thanked John for his mercy. دخل الرجل البيت وشكر جون على رحمته. John guided him to the vacant room and gave him a blanket and a pillow. أرشده جون إلى الغرفة الشاغرة وأعطاه بطانية ومخدة. Then he said to him, "Good night," and left the room.
ثم قال له: ليلة سعيدة، وخرج من الغرفة.
John went back to his room and tried to sleep again.
عاد جون إلى غرفته وحاول أن ينام مجددا.
But he felt worried and curious about the mysterious visitor. Who is this man? And where did he come from? And what was he looking for in this far place? Was he dangerous or crazy? Was he hiding a secret? After an hour of contemplation, John decided to go to the visitor's room and ask him about himself.
بعد ساعة من التأمل، قرر جون أن يذهب إلى غرفة الزائر ويسأله عن نفسه.
Maybe he could trust him, or maybe he would find something that would reveal his personality.
ربما يستطيع أن يثق به، أو ربما يجد شيئا يكشف عن شخصيته.
He got out of his bed and wore his coat again and headed to the visitor's room. John arrived at the visitor's room and knocked on the door.
وصل جون إلى غرفة الزائر وطرق الباب.
He did not hear any reply.
لم يسمع أي رد.
He opened the door cautiously and looked inside.
فتح الباب بحذر ونظر إلى الداخل.
He was astonished by what he saw. There was no one in the room.
لم يكن هناك أحد في الغرفة.
The room was totally empty.
كانت الغرفة خالية تماما.
There was no trace of the man or his clothes or his blanket or his pillow.
لم يكن هناك أثر للرجل أو ملابسه أو بطانيته أو مخدته.
It was as if he never came here. John felt fear and confusion. Was he dreaming? Was the man a ghost? Was he just a hallucination? He could not explain what happened.
لم يستطع أن يفسر ما حدث.
He escaped to his room and closed the door behind him. He tried to forget what he saw, but he could not.
حاول أن ينسى ما رآه، ولكنه لم يستطع.
He kept thinking about the night visitor until the dawn.
ظل يفكر في الزائر الليلي حتى طلوع النهار.